Good evening and welcome to News Watch, the Wednesday edition. Glad you could make time for this newscast. My name is Melissa Oduor. On the sign language tonight is Boniface Buredi. News Watch begins now. President William Ruto has urged the Africa Development Bank AFDB to take bold steps in transforming Africa's borrowing framework, proposing measures that may stir up the status quo among international lenders. Addressing the Africa Development Bank's annual meeting, President Ruto called on AFDB President Akinwumi Adesina to establish an Africa Credit Agency and conduct a comprehensive review of African states' gross domestic product to reflect their true economic status. Nelia Swanjiru begins our bulletin tonight.
As the new African Union champion for institutional reform, President William Ruto stressed the need for reforms in the international lending framework that has historically disadvantaged African nations with high interest rates and onerous loan conditions. President Ruto specifically requested an NISA to support the creation of a credit agency that will provide accurate assessment of African countries' creditworthiness.
To date, it has financed 5,432 projects across our land, 4,036 of them which have been completed, provided a mechanism to coordinate the fight against poverty, improve the standards of African financial institutions and other institutions, and contributed significantly to conflict prevention and resolution.
Highlighting Kenya's recent Eurobond issuance, President Ruto pointed out that Kenya faced higher interest rates due to geopolitical conflict removed from its borders, such as the conflict in Niger. The Africa Credit Agency that Ruto is advocating for would function similarly to the Credit Reference Bureau (CRB).
We need a financial architecture that has the following characteristics. Number one, long-term financing. 40 years, grace period, 10 years, or something in that order. Number two, low interest rates, concessional financing, including, where possible, grants. Number three, we also need financing. Quantum is very important. And then number four, we also need financing that is agile, that is flexible, especially that responds, that is climate sensitive, so that if there are shocks, that financial architecture must be responsive. Because
National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u on his part urged Kenya and African countries to seize the opportunities that come with the Africa Development Bank steps in transforming Africa's borrowing framework.
The African Development Bank mandate remains relevant and important to the African continent, as it supports a wide range of development activities that have supported in many ways the process towards economic vibrancy, economic growth, job creation, improved incomes, and better living conditions for the Africans and the African economies.
FDP President Akinwumi Adesina in his remarks said in order to mitigate climate change, Africa countries must work together towards the goal, adding that they have set aside $25 billion.
The African Development Bank Group strongly supports African economies. In 2023, our financing totaled $10 billion across all of our high-five priorities: to light up and power Africa, to feed Africa, to industrialize Africa, to integrate Africa, and to improve the quality of life of the people of Africa.
Reporting for Hope TV News Watch, my name is Nelias Wanjiro.
The president has meanwhile assented to 4 bills that touch on the country's dealings with the East African community. The bills that now become law include the East African Community Competition Amendment Bill 2022, the East African Community Appropriation Bill 2022, the East Africa Community Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2022, and the East African Community Supplementary Bill number 2 of 2022. for Kenya's National Prayer Day, the annual Kenya National Women's Prayer event has taken place in Nairobi. The gathering was led by prominent leaders led by First Lady Rachel Ruto, Second Lady Pastor Dorcas Rigathi, and Pastor Patience Museveni, the first daughter of Uganda. They guided the attendees in prayers for peace, family well-being, and good governance. The First Lady emphasized the transformative power of prayer, highlighting its role in fostering national unity and addressing life's toughest challenges. She stressed that prayer strengthens our connection with God, provides clarity, hope, and comfort during difficult times.
Today's convocation serves as a confirmation that we need to prioritize strengthening our relationship with God and acknowledging God's authority over our nation. I encourage all of us to pray for one another and our leaders as an acknowledgement that without God, we cannot do much. Let us continue to pray for families, the fundamental unit of society that is vital for the future of our country. We must work tirelessly to strengthen our families and instill values of integrity, hard work, and the fear of God. Let us also integrate prayer into our daily plans and our workplaces. As the Lord blesses our nation, we shall not fail or forget to give thanks. Let us follow his commands, laws, and decrees, because we know that our nation's safety lies in being a God-loving, God-fearing, and God-worshipping people.
Where can we find hope in these times? As I prayed and waited on the Lord concerning this theme, the words of Jeremiah 29:11 spoke to me. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a future and a hope. God has a good plan for you. Amen? He has a good plan for your family. And he has a good plan for this nation and for Africa. In a world that often seems hopeless, God offers us a bright future and a hope if we will hear and obey his voice.
The United Democratic Alliance UDA Party Secretary General Cleopas Malala has fired a warning shot at a section of leaders drawn from the party regarding their recent conduct. Malala, who recently returned from a trip to China with a UDA delegation, highlighted concerns about the increasing levels of indiscipline within the party, some of which, he noted, were directed towards President William Ruto. Malala has at the same time cautioned Public Service Cabinet Secretary Moses Kuria and Roads and Infrastructure CS Kipchumba Murkomen against engaging in active politics, urging them to either concentrate on their ministerial duties or consider resigning from their positions. Grace Ahati reports.
Your recent conduct has not only undermined the party's unity, but also disrespected the leadership that you pledged to serve. Let this be a stern warning. Desist from such actions immediately. And we are saying that should this behavior continue, the party will take disciplinary action against the above-mentioned members. Your primary responsibility is to serve the people within your docket. Should you wish to engage in politics, you are welcomed to resign and join the political arena. Similarly, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, Cabinet Secretary for Roads and Transport, your focus should be on addressing the pressing issues in your ministry, particularly the repair of roads damaged by the recent floods. Serve the people or step down from your position and return to politics. And I want to call upon the communications teams within the Office of the President and the Office of the Deputy President. Kindly stop fueling disunity in the UDA party. We want to call upon both communication teams to work in unity and stop antagonizing each other.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has emphasized the need for institutions of higher learning to adopt sustainable interventions aimed at building resilience and fostering innovation over time within the evolving global dynamics. Speaking at the University of Nairobi during the unveiling of the Big Five transformational initiative aimed at propelling the university towards a fit-for-purpose future, Mudavadi urged universities to forge closer ties with the government and international partners to create a legacy of excellence and national service.
Kenya's prosperity hinges on a collective effort where the pursuit of knowledge and academic excellence is intertwined with a commitment to national service. We must encourage our students to use their skills and knowledge to address the challenges facing our society, to innovate solutions that benefit Kenyans, and to lead initiatives that drive sustainable development. I am delighted to note that the University of Nairobi is one of our institutions of higher learning that will benefit from this investment. This will certainly buttress the Chancellor's agenda and spring this institution to the pinnacle of innovation and entrepreneurship. I envisage a university that will nurture the entrepreneurial spirit among our students and faculty. Further, it will incubate groundbreaking ideas that will transform industries, drive economic growth, and contribute to social transformation.
Let's take our first short break. More news items are lined up for you after this short commercial break.
Aya, I'm not go TV stream. It's free.
Eh? Go TV stream iko mkononi na ni free. Download Go TV Stream app for free. Enjoy live TV na shows kamia nane. Download and watch later, anytime, anywhere. Go TV Stream iko mkononi na ni free. Available to active subscribers. Go TV. Love it.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
The CA Kuza Awards 2024 is here again. Time to celebrate excellence in Kenyan broadcasting, powered by the Communication Authority of Kenya. Vote for Hope FM as your favorite radio station of the year and Hope TV as your favorite TV station of the year. Feel free to enter your favorite Hope Media presenter as the content creator of the year. To vote, SMS Kuza to 15601 or visit www.kuzaawards.co.ke and follow the prompts. Few days left till voting closes. Vote now and help us bring these awards home. SMS Kuza to 15601 or visit www.kuzaawards.co.ke.
Welcome back. Now, the government has postponed the half-term dates for primary and secondary school learners by 1 week. This follows the disruption of opening dates occasioned by floods that were experienced nationwide earlier this month. In a statement, the Ministry of Education said the new dates now move from the 21st to the 23rd of June to 26th to the 28th of June 2024. This effectively means that all learners are expected back in school by latest June the 30th, 2024. A fight erupted in the Kisii County Assembly during the debate of the impeachment motion against County Administration Executive Member Dr. Alfred Ndemo, leading to chaos on the floor of the House. Disagreement arose after Dr. Ndemo survived the impeachment motion after its mover, MCA Michael Motume, failed to garner enough support from the members. 43 MCAs voted against the impeachment motion, while 23 supported it. Here is Ian Githuku with that report.
After a week of grilling by an ad hoc committee led by Masige East MCA Michael Motume, the impeachment motion brought before the Kisii County Assembly against Dr. Alfred Ndemo has been defeated. 43 MCAs voted against the impeachment motion, while 23 supported it. One member abstained and another absconded from voting. The charges against Ndemo included alleged misuse of power by asking an enforcement officer to escort him home. The committee's report also mentioned other charges, such as falsely claiming to have been appointed by the governor to the implementation committee on the establishment of the county industrial park and spearheading the project without proper authorization.
Tumeangalia sababu ambazo zimewekwa huko na tukaona kwamba hazitoshi. Kwa ile kwa Kiingereza tunasema they did not meet the threshold. Kusema kwamba yeye alikuwa na askari wa enforcement anamfuata kutoka nyuma, hatukuona kama hiyo. So tumesema waje arudi, governor wafanye kazi pamoja na nafanya kwa afisi ya governor.
It was after the motion's defeat that a fight broke out on the county assembly house floor due to some members disagreeing with the day's verdict. Some of the county assembly lawmakers descended on the house floor as they engaged in a shouting contest, with some going to the extent of shaking the ballot box. The sergeant-at-arms were, however, swift enough to protect the House's authority and dignity by encircling the mess to protect it. During the debate, Minority Chief Whip Dennis Ombachi criticized the report supporting the executive impeachment, arguing that it did not capture substantive matter grave enough to warrant such an action. Ombachi emphasized the need to find other ways of resolving issues. He also applauded Ndemo's work in his brilliance, pointing out that Ndemo, who has been out of office for nearly a year, following his interdiction by Governor Simba Arati, had emerged as the best overall candidate for the administration, public participation, and office of the governor position during the interview process.
Nilikuwa katika kamati ile ambayo ilikuwa inafanya vetting. Dr. Ndemo ndiye alikuwa the best. Alipata max 91. He's a very brilliant man. So tumemwambia governor kwamba wakaeti kuna njia zingine.
For Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Ian Githuku.
Very unfortunate scenes there. Moving on, tragedy has struck Mathare slums in Litier area of West Pokot after two men lost their lives in a borehole incident. The two, who were reportedly intoxicated, died from oxygen deprivation while attempting to retrieve a rope and a bucket that had fallen into a 50-foot borehole at Charles Karaoke's home in Makutano Township, Kapenguria County. The incident has highlighted serious deficiencies in the county's disaster response preparedness. Our reporter Mombi Waweru has more on that story.
Around midnight, Johnny, an experienced borehole digger, entered the 50-foot borehole to retrieve fallen items for 200 shillings, ignoring warnings. He lost consciousness due to lack of oxygen, and Joseph Rotich, attempting a rescue for 5,000 shillings, met the same fate. Helen Cheptum reported the incident, prompting her to seek help from neighbors and police.
Kitu moja yenye sinalia, polisi kwanza ndiye amefanya, mtu wetu wa pili ameenda. Alifukuza kwanza watu nje, na watu walikuwa na maoni ama kitu yenye wangesaidia. Wakatoa watu nje, wamefanya mtu wetu wa pili ameenda.
Local residents expressed frustration over the inadequate response from the county government, citing a lack of oxygen cylinders and trained personnel. Ibrahim Musa criticized the security team for allowing an untrained and intoxicated individual to attempt the rescue. The rescue team, led by Mnagei Ward Assistant County Commissioner Pamela Cheto, has been unable to retrieve the bodies due to insufficient equipment.
Baada ya kulemewa kwa huko ndani, yule mwenzake mwenye alishukisha akuja akasema yule jamaa hapatikani. Ndio wananchi akasema ni aje tuangalie nini mwenzetu. Tungeomba tu serikali yetu ya kaunti waweke vifaa ya kutosha, hao watu wangeokolewa kama kungekuwa na vifaa ya kutosha mahali hapa, lakini kwa sababu ya ile ukosefu wa vifaa ya kusaidia kutoa ile watu imekuwa sasa, mambo imekuwa haya, watu wawili tayari kupoteza kwa wakati moja, kwa kitendo kimoja, si vizuri.
The bodies remained inside the borehole as efforts continued to source rescue equipment from Uasin Gishu County and seek assistance from Nairobi's disaster team. The community mourns the loss of 2 lives and urges authorities to improve disaster response capabilities to prevent future incidents. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Mombi Waweru.
To some regional news now. South Africans kicked off their voting process today, a historic moment that comes in the most pivotal election since the racist system of apartheid ended in 1994. More than 27 million people are registered to cast their ballots in a poll that highlights growing political fragmentation after 30 years of democracy. A record 70 parties and 11 independents are contesting in an election that will see South Africans vote for a new parliament and 9 provincial legislatures. The ANC party that apartheid is under fire over corruption, high levels of crime and economic wars, and may be forced to enter into a coalition with one or more opposition parties. And an international aid expert, Gary Conil, has been unanimously appointed the Prime Minister of Haiti by a Presidential Transition Council. The council has tasked him with leading the country out of its current crisis until elections for a new president can be held. Conil will assume responsibility for running Haiti as Prime Minister alongside a Presidential Transition Council. Conil is taking on the office just ahead of the arrival of a Kenyan-led international police force charged with helping to restore order to the violence-torn nation. In his congratulations, President William Ruto said Gary's appointment is a significant step that is not lost on the world and signifies the desire of Haiti's residents to forge forward. He said Kenya expresses its strong solidarity with Haiti and looks forward to working with the new government to restore Haiti to a path of sustainable development. Now, Conil's credentials include a 25-year career working for the UN and other aid agencies. He also briefly led Haiti as Prime Minister over a decade ago during another period of crisis following the devastating 2010 earthquake. Venturing into business news now, Absa Bank Kenya, in partnership with the Executive Office of the President, through the Office of the Women's Rights Advisor and the Africa Guarantee Fund, AGF, have today launched a Women's Economic Empowerment and Investment Curriculum. The program, dubbed Empower Her County Program, aims to empower at least 30,000 women-led micro, small and medium-sized businesses across Kakamega, Bungoma and Vihiga counties. The program seeks to address gender-based disparities and overcome economic challenges that women entrepreneurs face to advance entrepreneurship by providing them with the tools and resources needed to upskill their businesses, promote resilience, and thrive in today's competitive business.
Our job as a bank, as Absa Bank, we have committed to saying women are very important for the economy. Women are also very important for families to grow. This program was made by women, for women like yourselves, and we want to make sure that we can continue to track the impacts that it will have in each and every one of your lives. Our program is intense. Our program is about access to finance, access to markets. And when I say markets, I know right now we are a couple of counties here, but the truth is we want you to be able to travel across the different countries. Wanawake wa Busia, mufike Mombasa, mufike Northeastern, mujue what is going on. Because the things that you're planting, the things that you're selling, the things that you're growing are important across the country. Be present, once again, that you will be brave, continue to be passionate about your business, but more than anything else, that you remain committed to the cause of running a sustainable business to the next generation.
The Kenya Revenue Authority KRA Commissioner General Humphrey Watanga has commended African countries for their successful efforts in modernizing tax administrations despite facing challenges such as informality, governance deficits, and illicit financial flows. Addressing delegates during the ongoing International Bureau of Fiscal Documentation Africa Tax Symposium 2024 in Nairobi, Watanga highlighted that Africa's tax future will be shaped by demographic trends, technological advancements, global economic dynamics, and evolving tax policy debates. Watanga also urged African tax administrations to implement effective VAT reforms to address revenue losses and create a fair, competitive environment for domestic businesses. The Carrier boss has called on African tax administrations to protect taxpayers' rights, uphold integrity, fairness, and accountability while serving them and providing access to effective dispute resolution mechanisms. And Techno Kenya, a leading provider of innovative smartphones, has announced the grand opening of 4 new stores across Kenya, namely Machakos, Thika, Kitengela, and Nanyuki. The expansion brings Techno's total number of stores in Kenya to 17 and solidifies their commitment to empowering Kenyan consumers with accessible technology across the country. Each store will showcase Techno's wide range of products and smartphones, including popular models like the Camon 30, Phantom, and Spark, catering to a variety of budgets and preferences. To sports news now, KCB Bank and the National Bank of Kenya have injected 10 million shillings into the team led by Adil Khawaja of Car 44, namely AK-44, for this weekend's Rhino Charge action to be held in Kajiado County. The event, that is marking its 35th edition this year, has seen 64 teams confirm their participation. Top teams led by Ian Duncan, Eddie Verbeek, Garmeet Mehta, Nicholas Foley, and Graham McKittrick are expected to compete at the 2-day grueling competition. Competing vehicles will be scrutinized on the 31st of this month before the main event the following day. And on Sunday, June the 2nd, winners in the different categories will be awarded to mark the end of the competition. Speaking in Nairobi ahead of the event, KCB Group Director for Marketing and Communications, Rosalind Gishuru, said the competition is also geared towards raising funds to conserve the environment. Since its inception in 1989, Rhino Charge has raised over 2 billion shillings that has contributed heavily in the conservation of Mount Kenya, Aberdare, Southwest Mao, and the Mount Eburu in the Mao Forest Complex, as well as the Kakamega Forest. And Barcelona has appointed former Bayern Munich coach Hansi Flick as their new boss on a 2-year contract. Flick, who was sacked by Germany in September 2023, takes over from Xavi Hernandez, who was sacked last week. Flick has been out of work since he was sacked by Germany 8 months ago. Flick's stint with Germany came after he guided Bayern Munich to a treble in 2020, winning the Bundesliga, German Cup, and the Champions League. In a statement, external Barcelona said it had chosen a man well known for his team's high-pressing, intense and daring style of play, which has brought him great success at club level and international level, winning pretty much all there is to win in the world of football. And that is how we wrap up News Watch tonight. Many thanks for your invaluable company throughout the newscast. I have been your news anchor, Melissa Oduor, together with Boniface Morethi on the sign language tonight. It's been a pleasure. Have a good night.